Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard that tiny ship. It's the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog, it happens sometimes. I hope you didn't think it was a real episode of Gilligan's Island, even though I do get myself into some weird shenanigans. It's just me, Justin Scarred. That's what they call me, because I guess that's what I'm called. Right here in Long Beach, California. I am sitting over here on this big pile of rocks, which is bespeckled with trash and all kinds of interesting artifacts of humanity, right on the edge of the big city. Los Angeles that way, the port of Los Angeles over here, just yonder that way, and behind me, the city of Long Beach, perched right on the edge of the water. I actually used to live in Long Beach for a while. I was thinking of that quote from Return of the Jedi, you know, where Luke Skywalker's like, there's not much to see. I used to live here, you know, and Han Solo turns to him and says, you're gonna die here, you know. I always think about that. Anytime I go somewhere where I used to live, that quote pops in my head. I don't even know why. Anyway, I've been sitting right here on the edge of the ocean, just looking out at that, the Queen Mary over there, the RMS Queen Mary. I did a Random Land episode about that, a whole video wandering around that ship actually for 2 days, talking about the history of the Queen Mary and its ties to Disney. That was actually owned at one point by the same people that owned Disneyland Hotel, and then later by Disney. Disney, you know, the people with Disneyland, they had control of their vessel and used to do stuff on it. So if you want to find out more about that, youtube.com/livefast94. Anyway, I'm just sitting here watching the boats go in and out of the harbor. There's some dark stuff on the horizon there. Over here, we got a whole bunch of seagulls and pelicans kind of reenacting the scenes from Finding Nemo, as this pelican right here, he has been diving and trying to get fish over and over and over again with apparently no luck. Like sometimes he'll get up and fly around in a circle and then he'll just dive bomb. Sometimes he'll just do that little thing, just beat the water. I don't know why he's beating the water like that. But he was getting pretty frustrated. I kept coming up and just sitting over here, and I was like, man, I know those feels, buddy. I know those feels. Yesterday, Halloween, not such a great day for me. Not the best day in the world. Not the best Halloween. I have been lately just really frustrated. There's a lot of things going on in my life that I don't really care to discuss just because they're too negative. I'm still working them out. But I will say this. One of the things that's really frustrating me lately is I just am lacking the ability to communicate the way I want to with the people I want to. Like, do you ever have an argument with somebody or disagreement with somebody and you feel like if they could just understand what you actually meant and what you actually felt, there would be no problem? But you just can't say it the right way. You end up fighting with people, you end up having conflicts with people, you end up just getting angry at each other or frustrated, and it's just because you feel like, oh man, two people who are on the same side and they just can't be on the same side. You know what I mean? It's frustrating. So lately that's kind of been a thing. I feel like I've been putting my foot in my mouth a lot and just getting frustrated. Having that head cold, being tired, and having all the crowds at Disneyland, and throughout my day-to-day life, just having a lot of little tiny frustration things. The aggregate has just in the aggregate of all these little frustrated things has made me really, like, you know, being sore and tired from the last trip to Disney World and all that. And then coming down with the cold this week, and then kind of not having the greatest Halloween was really tough. But today, I promised myself last night, I had kind of just the worst night, and I was laying in bed at 4 or 5 in the morning this morning and thinking to myself, okay, look it, I hated today. I mean, I really hated it. It just wasn't good. It wasn't that it was bad. I had fun with my friends when I did get to see my friends, and of course I had fun at Disneyland yesterday. We did a Sometimes Vlog yesterday, just looking at all the crazy people in costumes and stuff like that. It was nice running into those people there that I saw at Disneyland and everything, so no complaints about my friends or my circumstances, really. It was just one of those days, one of those lonely, weird days. You know, maybe you guys don't know a lot about me, although I think some of you have been around for a while and should. But I got crazy divorced about 1.5 years ago. That kind of stuff, though, is not something that just goes away overnight. It was really bad circumstances for me. I had to lose the house, the car, the child, the whole thing, and just completely start over my life at, you know, after 30 years old, starting your life from zero, basically. So it was a pretty tough, crazy year. And for the most part, to be honest with you, this is part of today, is that I woke up today and thought, I am not going to have yesterday today. I'm going to have a completely different day. Every single day is brand new. Every day is at least a new chance to start over. You can't always start over every day. Sometimes things linger and frustrations linger, anger lingers, depression lingers, you know, frustrating circumstances linger. but at least every day is a new chance to try to start over, or like at least reset your brain, refresh your memory. Look at all these people are coming out and looking at the water in the boats. Anyway, so I came out here today. I was running some errands and getting ready for some stuff, which I'll talk about in a minute. And I've been sitting here thinking, you know what? Whoop, I'm gonna start all over again. I woke up this morning just choosing to be positive. So now I'm out here at the harbor, just sort of looking over all this stuff. I came to run some errands and pick up something from Shoreline Village, and then I'm an aquarium member. There's the Aquarium of the Pacific up over here, so I've been Snapchatting and Instagramming that all day. Both accounts are Live Fast Die Poor, by the way. And just trying to chill out here and just trying to find a new center, be positive, reflect, think about the things I'm grateful for. And I'm big time grateful that my circumstances have changed over the past year. Since all that stuff happened, since all that stuff went down, my circumstances have almost completely and totally and utterly changed. The sound you're hearing, by the way, because people always ask, what's that noise in the background? Just families and people walking their dogs and walking their children and walking maybe their pet sharks and birds up along the shore there by this beautiful lighthouse. We're sitting down here in the rocks, being creepy and weird and talking to ourselves. They don't know you're in there. They think I'm mad. Am I mad? Anyway, so I've been doing that. I've been sitting here thinking about the things I'm grateful for, and I'm very grateful for the way that things have stacked up for the most part. I'm still really lonely a lot of times. I'm still going home to no one at the moment, but a lot of really cool stuff has happened. And tomorrow, I get to fly out of Los Angeles, which is why I'm here looking out at the West Coast. That's the Pacific Ocean out there, everybody. I'm out here looking at the Pacific Ocean and the West Coast because less than 24 hours from now, I will be flying to the East Coast. I will be in Orlando, Florida tomorrow because I get to take my offspring. That's right. Some people are like, yeah, I can. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Used to be married and had a child very young. So I have a little boy and he is going with me to Florida. I was lucky enough, I've said this in the vlog before, but some people miss it. I was lucky enough to have a little bit of extra money and to put aside a little bit of extra money to do something cool. And it worked out where I just thought, for once in my life, I might be able to afford to pull this off, to take him out to Orlando, Florida. And in the past year and a half or so, since I haven't lived with him, I don't get to live with him, and I've been totally rebuilding my whole life and doing all this stuff and starting over and all this crazy stuff. I haven't got to do anything prolonged or cool where we get to spend sustained time together. And before all that happened, I was total stay-at-home parent, which was mutually agreed upon and everything, but I was a stay-at-home parent for his entire life. I worked at home and I watched my offspring. Oh, and here's some other people's offspring running around behind us, so those are not mine, just so you know. Every single day. Taught him to walk and talk and listen and play video games, much to my own chagrin nowadays when that's all he wants to do, but what are you gonna do? And then to be separated like that and to just not have that person in your life every single day, to not live under the same roof and all that, it's really, really tough, really, really hard. So I thought, if I have a little bit of a chance, and this might be my only chance, who knows, why not take it? So I pulled the short round, the mini-me, the offspring out of school for an entire week. And tomorrow, Monday, we fly to Walt Disney World and we are going to hang out and do stuff, and I get to show him Disney World. He's really excited to see Epcot, so I think we're spending 4 days, 4 parks, staying on property, super cool. Somebody helped us stay at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, I think is the plan, and it's gonna be really, really cool, and I'm really excited and looking forward to it. Although it's not a total pleasure excursion in the sense that it's no vacation when you're watching a small child and taking them all over a huge place by yourself. It's gonna be a little bit of work, but it's gonna be cool. So for once, I actually get to spend time with him, and so as a result, there will probably not be a lot of sometimes vlogging happening. You'll see him, and you'll see a vlog from this week. I will be probably pretty active on Instagram, Live Fast Die Poor, Snapchat, Live Fast Die Poor, but for once, I really have to stack things in a different priority order. Everybody has to work, everybody has to do what they need to do and do their duty. And my duty is running around having crazy adventures and sharing crazy adventures and my life with you guys, both through the Random Land videos and the vlogs. Primarily, social media is kind of aside from all that. That's just icing on the cake, you know, but the cake itself is all the videos on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and that's sort of my job, and I get it. But this week, just for this 1 week, sort of it's kind of like everybody takes vacations and stuff with their family and has to spend time refocusing on their family and refocusing their priorities. So this week I will not be around as much. I don't want you to freak out. Nobody freak out. Everything is fine. So you'll see the mini-me and you'll see a little bit of Disney World this week, but it's not going to be like last time or the time before where it's like, yeah, run around like crazy. The point of being here is to vlog. After I return from Walt Disney World on November, I think 7th or 8th, I'll be back. Is that a hot air balloon? That's a freaking hot air balloon floating up over that Carnival cruise ship out there. Wow, I didn't even notice that 5 minutes ago. That thing is booking it. Oh no, that's not a hot air balloon. I did notice it before. It's the Goodyear blimp. It's just pointed at us now. It looks so colorful. Ooh. Those are actually new Goodyear blimps. They actually got rid of the ones from the 1960s. They're all gone now. That's one of the new Goodyear blimps. How about that? Blimp technology has come so far. Oh, dirigibles. You come a long way, baby. You come a long way. Anyway, that's what I'm going to be out there doing. So I got plenty of stuff to mope about, and I have plenty of reasons to be angry, and I have plenty of reasons to be frustrated, and I have plenty of reasons to be upset. But at the end of the day, as frustrating as sometimes the week has been, and mostly, I'll tell you the honest truth, is it's not my circumstances and the other people that I'm really frustrated with. I'm really frustrated with myself. It's just like when somebody's treating you bad and you're frustrated and you're like, what the heck are they treating me so bad for? And you realize that how somebody treats you is usually more of a reflection of themselves than it is about you. It's sort of like that with me, is that I just realized like I'm kind of unhappy with myself in a lot of ways, unhappy where I'm at in my own stage of development, and it can be good to acknowledge when things suck, like really good, to just go, you know what, this sucks, the circumstance sucks, today I'm going to start over. But at the same time, you don't want to let it fester, you know, you don't want to be fester and wallowing in your own misery and sadness, especially when cool things are coming up. So I think I sort of started to let a bunch of little stresses and a bunch of little anxieties, a bunch of little things sort of stack up and kind of get to me. And I'm pretty frustrated about a lot of things. Like, when is too much, you know? Or when is not enough too much? And then somebody answered me on Twitter when I tweeted that and said, when your needs start to outweigh your wants. That is basically what I've been sitting here. Look at that blimp. Oh, it's MetLife on the blimp, not Goodyear. I think it's still a Goodyear blimp, but maybe I'm wrong. It's a MetLife blimp. A MetLife blimp! Advertising Peanuts Now on the side, or Peanuts movie, or there's some kind of Peanuts thing happening. I can't read it because we're underneath it instead of astride of it. Look at that, a blimp flyover just for the Sometimes vlog. Look at the kind of power I have now, guys. Look at the kind of power I have now. I'm so distracted by the blimp, I can't think of what I was saying, but oh, it's for the Peanuts movie. And MetLife is getting a little chunk of that change too. How about that? I don't know if you guys can see that blimp up there, but it's making me dizzy looking up like that. Anyway, frustrated, letting anxiety get to me, letting a lot of little things get to me, and I just realized, well, this is not the character that I want to play in my own story. This is not how I want my own story to go down. So I've been thinking about that a lot. Someone just tweeted me the most random thing back, which was, you know, when is not enough too much? And the answer that I got from the Twitter sphere was, when your needs begin to outweigh your wants. When your need starts to outweigh your desire, things start to change, don't they? You know what you want it bad, but when it's not matching up with your needs, adjustments might have to be made. It's as specific as I can be, just thinking about the future, thinking about where I'm at and where I'm going. And so anyway, so November 7th or 8th when I get back, I have lots of plans, I have lots of things I want to film, and I have no specific agenda or set order of trips or things that I'm going to do. But I know I'll hopefully be over this cold. I will have completed the trip with the offspring. Cold weather will be starting to set in, but there's all kinds of adventures that I wanted to have in the California desert and in way northern California, like way northern, actual northern California, not the center of California that we call NorCal, way up in northern California, Arizona, and a lot of stuff on the East Coast. So who knows? I have no idea where I'll be flying to, driving to, walking to. I have absolutely no idea. All I know is the future is whatever you make it. And I'm hoping to make it a good one. So as frustrated as I am with the past, as much as I hated yesterday, I really want to love today. And I really want to look forward to tomorrow. So I'm doing a thing where I'm literally just sitting here trying to adjust my own attitude, because I'm kind of upset with myself for just focusing on what hurts me, focusing on what makes me upset, that is no way to win a horse race, okay? If you want to be the best jockey there is and race your horse through town without a head and a pumpkin in your hand on fire, then you need to just be a headless horseman, and you need to let your heart be your own mannequin. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I'm here adjusting my own attitude, looking out at this. In a few minutes I gotta go home. I gotta start packing up, making preparations to fly out of LAX tomorrow and do crazy, wonderful things, get back to Orlando, see Walt Disney World, spend a little more time there. And of course, spending time at Walt Disney World it has the added bonus of being able to force myself not to film or do anything because I'm taking the child there, which means another good chance to like actually soak it in, do a little research, and prepare for other future videos that I wanted to pull off last time and couldn't because I failed a lot because I way overburdened myself and went too crazy. There are a lot more Random Land videos in the pipe. It's just we're really trying to work on Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland Random Land video that has a little bit of special sauce on it. So Utmost City has been working on that, and it's something we've never done before. So we're learning. So it's coming. And then behind it are a bunch of clogged up Walt Disney World videos. So we have a lot of stuff coming out. Really excited about it, and I have a lot of plans for future stuff. Still looking for office space. I think we might have found some in Old Santa Ana or maybe the Orange Circle. We're looking in that area, and I have a whole bunch of other plans. I was with Tyler last night talking about some future collaboration type things. So if you guys are fancy yourselves a bit of a good writer, you're a good comedy writer, or a good editor, or a good filmer, or a good graphic person, or you do like computery, graphic-y, fun, creative stuff, we have a project that we're working on in the concept stage that we want to open up for like a lot more collaboration, because at Random Land you can't really collaborate. I go out there and part of it is that I'm out there with you guys, and every once in a while there's sometimes somebody else with me, but for the most part it's me out there talking about things in my own words, through my own eyes. But we have this other one, so we couldn't really script it that much. We can't really like, there's only so much you can do with it before it's like not really a Random Land and it becomes something different. So we have something different we want to work on because we'll be able to collaborate more and do some other cool stuff. So I'm working on that. I'm working on other things especially for Patreon. Don't get me wrong, having the resources to be able to go out and film wonderful things is very exciting, and so I'm biding my time, sitting there waiting for you, just like a spider, letting the funds replenish for some adventure. So I have all kinds of sneaky plans. You'll see. Man, is that the Carnival cruise ship making that sound? Why does it sound so creepy, like a zombie apocalypse prison camp of death? Why doesn't it sound like, hey, toot, 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 toot? Why doesn't it sound like a Popeye toot, 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 toot? You know, come on, let's go on a fun cruise. Instead, it's like, oh, yes, come aboard the Carnival ship of death. No. I don't think I want to go on the Carnival ship of death. Anyway, I'm going to sit here for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to go home and pack well. So thank you guys for hanging out with me for 20 minutes or so here on the edge of the known world, looking out over the Pacific Ocean and the kind of smoggy, dark clouds out there collecting on the horizon. Hopefully, just a little smog, and it just blows away with the breeze. The wind will change and blow away the smog. And that's not just a weather forecast, that is a metaphor. See, I did it. Metaphors, nailed it. Things get smoggy, stuff builds up in your life. You can't help it, it builds up. But if you're just patient enough, and just try to hang in there long enough, the wind usually does change and blow that smog away, and sunny days will come back again. All right, I'm gonna stay here and watch this pelican try and get a fish. I believe in you, buddy. We can both do it, all right? All right? You catch a fish. You catch the best fish. You know you can do it, Mr. Pelican. You can catch the best fish of all, and all the other pelicans will be your friend. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later, okay? But just remember, 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour.